Hi Scorpio, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your June 2023 tarot reading. Thanks to those of you who like, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all that. For those of you new to the channel, as far as what we have in front of us, the Celtic crossword as always, and also pulled the 4 agreements, wisdom, the oracle, and Mudra card for you guys. We're actually going to start the reading off by rolling those astrology guys we have in front of us to get an idea of where your focus should be as far as that goes. Alright, well, we have the North Node. And the North Node is actually in Taurus, which is your opposite sign, which represents partnerships, contracts, or relationships. It won't be there for much longer, but yeah, I could see where that could be coming into play, and we're pretty much just wrapping up Taurus season at the time I'm recording this too. We have 8, so 8th house is actually Gemini. And speaking of seasons, pretty much for the first few weeks of June, we're going to be in Gemini season, so it makes sense to see that come up there, because that's what represents the 8th house in your chart. And 8th house in general points to death, rebirth, intimacy, and investments. And we have Cancer. So as we get toward the very end of June, we're actually going to be stepping into Cancer season. So pretty interesting. Seems like a bit of a natural progression there. But I could just be saying, if nothing else, that might mean you guys are going to be in a good flow this month. But we'll see what the main spread has to say. All right. In the main situation position, we have the Knight of Pentacles reversed, and challenging that, we have the Fool. So for some of you, this could just be saying that maybe you had a bit of a missed opportunity, and the reason why is because it might have required a leap of faith on your part, and you might not have taken that opportunity. For others of you, could just be saying if things are out of balance, especially financially, the way to fix it might require a bit of a leap of faith on your part. So you might have to take a bit of a risk in order to rebalance things financially if that's what's going on with you guys this month. All right, in the foundation position, we have Temperance. So this is actually Sagittarius energy here, which for you guys is your second house of possession, self-worth, and finances. And there's actually going to be a full moon in Sagittarius this month. So it could just be saying that that would be a really good time for you to balance things out if you've been having a little bit of struggle financially. All right. In the past position, we have Justice. So at the very least, this shows me in the past, at a certain point, you did have balance around the situation. You know, things were flowing well, possibly even around the time when we had the Libra full moon. So maybe during Aries season, it could just be saying that things were going a little bit better for you. But this also could point to a bit of a passive energy as well. All right. In the present position, we have the Emperor. So to me, this shows that you could be taking a bit of a more proactive approach to things, right? So if in the past you were being more passive, and that might have been leading to you losing opportunities, right? I feel like this is you now saying, okay, well, yeah, I realized that, right? Because I was being too passive, I might have missed out on opportunities. Now I'm going to be more proactive in order to take advantage of those opportunities. So that could just be the energy you guys are feeling now. All right. In the near future position, we have the King of Wands. So to me, this actually could represent finding a balance between those two, right? So to me, like I said, the Justice energy is more passive, whereas the Emperor energy is more active. So it could just be pointing to you guys actually coming around to a realization that, okay, knowing when to be in which energy, right? So because to me, the Leo energy will represent a little bit of both, where Leo energies can be a bit receptive, but they also can take action when the time calls for it. And for some of you, this could point to a situation around your careers as well, given that that's what energy Leo represents in your chart. All right, in the position of your influence on a situation, we have the Page of Wands. So yeah, this is definitely an action-oriented energy here, and to me, this could just be saying that for some of you, you might be feeling like you're a bit behind, right? Because if we're seeing the King of Wands energy in the near future, and you're feeling like you're in a Page mode right now, it could be you feeling like you have to make up for lost time in some way. So, and I mean, it makes sense because I mean, you guys had obviously you had that full moon eclipse in your sign recently. You had Mercury retrograde in your opposite sign, so yeah, things definitely could have been tough to get off the ground not too long ago. So makes sense to see that you're feeling like you need to make up for that lost time here. All right, in the environment position, we have the Ace of Swords. So yeah, for a lot of you, I feel like this is saying that you're going to get a realization around the situation, right? So like I said, I feel like it's going to be a matter of not constantly being on the go, constantly taking action, but also not being too passive, right? So like I said, it feels like it's going to be a bit of a balance that you strike. That's going to be the key for you guys this month and the key to getting things moving for you in a positive direction again. All right. In the hopes or fears position, we have the Four of Cups. So yeah, for some of you, this could be a fear, right? Because I feel like, given what we've talked about so far with this spread, this might have been energy you found yourselves in for too long, where you were getting opportunities that you didn't necessarily want, but at the same time you weren't pursuing the ones that you did want, right? So it could have just led to more things coming your way you didn't want and missing out on things you would have wanted. So I feel like this is saying that now you have a fear of being in energy again. All right. And in the outcome position, we have the Eight of Wands. So Sagittarius energy here again, and a lot of movement, right? So yeah, like I said, given that we see the Sagittarius Major Arcana card in the foundation, we see Sagittarius energy in your outcome, and I mentioned we're going to have that Sagittarius full moon in June. Seems like if there was some kind of blockage around your finances or just blockages in general, looks like a very action oriented energy. Looks like we see a lot of movement. So if things felt like they were slowing up for you guys, you should see forward progress this month in a positive way. All right, and at the bottom of the deck we have the Six of Pentacles. So yeah, this is energy of balance too. So yeah, like I said, it could just be one of those things where it could have fallen behind a little bit with all the intense energies going around, and now as June's going to be at least a bit more quiet, relatively speaking, you might actually feel like you're going to gain momentum this month. All right, moving on to your Four Agreements card, we have Be Impeccable with Your Word, and it says Become a White Magician. There's the artwork. All right, it says all the magic you possess is based on your word, and you cast spells all the time with your opinions. You can either put a spell on someone with your word, or you can release someone from a spell. Interesting message there as far as communication goes, because like I said, we had the Mercury retrograde energy clearing up things along those lines, but hopefully it resonated with you. All right, and another communication theme popping up here with your Wisdom in the Oracle card. We have Truth Be Told. There's the artwork, and the number is 14. So let's see what this has to say. Okay, essential meanings says honesty, accepting things at face value, coming out of denial, the willingness to be transparent, clarity of communication. The oracle's message: there is the truth, which is the essence of a thing, and then there is a truth, subjective according to the philosophy of the adherent or believer. This is not a time for debate about which truth is truer. This is a time when you are called to proclaim your truth out loud and be willing to be transparent, honest, and open in your communication with others and with yourself. Nothing less than surrender to what is, peeling off the layers of denial that kept you tied to an illusion, will set you free. Be authentic and gloriously flawed, and spirit will answer with miracles. So yeah, definitely a pretty positive message here, especially, like I said, it does seem like there was some kind of a blockage you guys were experiencing, and this looks like a good month to clear those out. All right, the relationship message says people will tell you who they are very quickly if you're willing to listen to what they say and pay attention to how they behave. This card calls you to engage in a heartfelt, open conversation. It's time to see the truth about what you share with each other and tell the truth about who you are and what you need. No one can do that for you. Remember that your truth is always based on your personality and experience up to now. A higher truth to be found after you communicate honestly and see how doing so has helped you become more attuned to yourself. Don't hold back. Speak your truth and listen. So yeah, again, another good card and message around communication there. So like I said, if nothing else, as we move out of the post-retrograde energy from the Mercury retrograde cycle that just finished, June should be a much better month for communication in general. All right, and the prosperity message says, are you willing to do whatever it takes to experience the prosperous life you desire? If you want to be an artist, do you make your art a priority? If you want to be a healer, do you set aside the time to learn new things to help you serve? A writer must write and a singer must sing. Being true to your calling is essential to your moving forward. There is another oracle message here, too. It's time to have a look at the real, honest truth about your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs about prosperity, about your relationship to money, to compensation, and to meaningful work. Ask yourself, what is true for me? And you will find the key to abundance. Yeah, so that message is right on time too, as far as like we said, you're gonna have a full moon in your second house of possession, self-worth, and finances. So it seems to be right on time there as well. So hopefully that resonated. And lastly, we have a mudra for you guys. So this is your mudra here. It's the Shunya mudra. And got a lot of stuff on the card here. So let's see. I'll hold it here for a second. And that way you can pause it or take a screenshot to read what it has to say. And let me get the rest of it into the frame. There we go. Under benefits, it says improves hearing, reduces ringing in the ears and earache, decreases vertigo, improves balance, especially useful during travel. With air travel, it helps the ears adjust to the changing pressure during takeoff and landing. During water and land travel, it helps prevent motion sickness. So that sounds like a mudra you think would be beneficial for you guys. We'll put the name in the description of it as always. We'll wrap up there, and I'll see you guys next month. All right, bye.